I catch my first Pokemon, which is a Shroomish. Ignore the fact it shows that I name it Stolen 1. The next step is an Incada I try to catch. I eventually do catch it, I name it Stolen 3. The next step is a Machop I got for the gym. I name it Stolen 4, he sets a pattern. Alright, Rock Sand time, lead off a Shroomish. Absorbed it. I absorbed it, and I eventually took it out. Next up is her other Geodude. A few more absorbs, took that out. Then I swapped to, then I stayed in. I Sunsported, then I Leech Seeded it, then I absorbed it down. Eventually taking it out. It was Dolly, but I eventually did win. That was a good win too. Alright. Next, I learned Mega Drain by winning, and next up, I caught a Assault Tentacle from this Fisher. I named it Stolen 4. Next up, I stole an Aeron from this kid. I skipped Wally for now because I don't think I could beat up my Pokemon. Mayfight time. And I like to catch my rivals' Pokemon because that's when you catch enemy Pokemon, it's like an insta-win. So yeah, I took out our first Pokemon easily. March Up goes down to a few Mega Drains. I learned Headbutt. Then I Stun Spore. Then I Headbutt or Slugma to death. That was me. Next up, I stole an Abra from the Psychic. Now, even though it's going to be a few Pokeballs, I mean, it's stolen 6. And I stole this Doduo from this guy over here east of Mauville, named it 7. Brawly time. I pecked his Machop. After beating all the trainers, I pecked his Machop with my new Doduo. Next up's Meditite. I also pecked it. One shot. Next up's Makuhita. I swapped to Alakazam and I used Psychic because I gambled my life away, like my dad said I would. I stole a Numel and I named it 8. Next up's Wally. 2 Embers took out its Rolls. My new Numel. Watson time. And with Numel, its magnitude, I was able to take them all out. And I should clarify, there's a glitch with this code I'm using. Sometimes, if I have to reset my game, sometimes it'll replace one Pokemon with Bad Egg. Yeah, you'll see that happen later. Alright. But everything was a Power Drive until I got to his Magnetric. He was able to take down my Numel and my Machop. But I sent out a Psychic without a Kadabra took it out. And I said no to recover since Alakazam's not that bulky anymore. Alright. I stole a Barboach. Oh, I forgot to put that clip in. Oh well, unless I put it in out of order. Whatever. Alright, Tabitha. I Water Gun his Numel. Then next to Zubat. Then I Seismic Toss to Zubat. Tentacle wasn't learning any moves, so I decided to replace it. Then I Tri-Attacked his other Numel. Next up's Maxie. I Ice Beamed his Mightyena, but with Sand Attack, I decided to switch over to Machop. Karate Chop brings it down to Yellow. He swats up to Zubat. I decided to swap back out to Barboach. Ice Beam takes it out one shot. The next up is his Mightyena. Back out to Machop. Karate Chop it as he gives her a bite. He heals with Super Potion. I eventually do take it out. Never mind, takes me out. So now Numel and Ember takes it out. Magic takes it out. Yeah. And I learn Focus Energy. Crystal Growl. Last up is Camera Up. I go for Magnitude. But he takes me out with his Magnitude 8. I send out Barboach. Water Gun brings it down to about half. Kadabra, Psychic finishes it off. Next up's Flannery. I go for Water Gun. I shoot Magnitude 1 shots my Barboach. Next up's Kadabra. I Psychic 1 shot that. Psychic nearly 1 shots her Slugma. Basically does, she keeps healing it. And last up's her, next up's Camera Ups. Psychic, but I get taken out with Overheat. I send out Numel. I go for Magnitude. I get Magnitude 4. Then I get Magnitude 8 taking it out. Last up's her Torkoal. I go for Magnitude 8. It's good for Overheat in the Sun. Then it's White Herb healed at Stat Drop. It goes for Overheat again, taking out my Doduo. I send out Machop. I go for Karate Chop. I go for Focus Energy, so I can correct Overheat. Takes me out 1 shot, and Aeron gets taken out 1 shot too. Well, Aeron gets taken out eventually as I try to Mud Slap it to death. But it takes me out with Body Slam me and Overheat. I came back, heals Aeron level 30. Water Gun 1 shots for Numel with my newly evolved Wishcash. Water Gun. What a 2 shots to something I used Magnitude to take out Slugma. Next up's her Camera Up. 2 Magnitude took it out. Then last up's her Torkoal. Magnitude 6. Well, I was Magnitude 8 to red. Then I Magnitude 8 to half health. Then Magnitude 7 brought it to red. Then Magnitude 8 took it out. Ooh, I got lucky there. Next up's Norman. I Karate Chopped his Spinda, but he eventually confused with Teeter Dance. And I was at 17 health. That's bigger opposite. I decided to stay in just because Mod Choke's done. Then I send out Dodrio. I go for Tri-Attack, and I got a lucky burn. No, Tri-Attack takes it out. Next up is Lanoon. Tri-Attack freezes it, but it doesn't immediately. No, Tri-Attack takes it out. Next up is a Slacking. I go for Growls, he kills me with the Facade. Next up's Alakazam. I go for Psychic, but he takes me out with the Facade. Next up's Aeron. I go for Mud Slap to lower its accuracy, so when it's not stolen, it won't be able to hit me. And I actually do and then I guess started going for Metal Claws after his accuracy was at the lowest. Unfortunately, it eventually takes Fortunately, eventually takes Aeron out. Or no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Never mind. It's been a while since I did this fight. I stole a coughing off this ninja. I named it 9, and I replaced Aeron with it. Oh yeah, he'll come back later for a bit. Alright, I taught Coughing, Thunderbolt, and Flamethrower to use control leverage. Alright, Chilly time. I was able to take her out pretty easily. Next up, Ralph fight me. Sludge did. That's our fake out. Sludge one-shot Alarmray with the poison. Except for Slugma. I swapped out to Wishcash. Surf one-shot it. Next up, for March Jump. I decided to stay in and just magnitude it. Surf it to death. And then, that was me. Next up's Winona. I go for a Tri-Attack. Taking out her Swablu. If you 2 Tri-Attacks that she's got done healing. Next up's Tropius. I swapped out to Coughing to go for Sludge. And she took it out with Poison. Next up's Pelipper. I decided to stay in because I have Thunderbolt. It protected. I go for Thunderbolt, bring it to red. Protected. Go for Thunderbolt, and I take her out. Next up's Skarmory. I decided to go for Flamethrower. So it's Sunny Day up. And then I get second Flamethrower gets a lucky burn. Then another Flamethrower takes it out, she heals, and last up's Alteria. I get to get out with Dragon Breath, send out Kadabra. I go for Psychics, as she gets her Dragon Dance, takes me out with the move. I go for Ice Beam on my Wishcash, and I eventually do take it out as a Berry live on with it from another Earthquake. Alright, Maxi time, and I am not trained up yet. So I try to take my out with Coughing, but he eventually takes me out with Confusion and Sand Attack. Oh, my mana goes down, then next up is Camerupt. It's level 39. I had nothing, so I swap out the Wishcash. I go for Surf to one-shot it. The next up is Crobat. I go for Ice Beam. He lucky freeze. A few more Ice Beam takes it out as he heals it. That was Maxi. Alright, this is Matt. I use Thunderbolt, my newly evolved Weezing, versus my Diana. And I go for Sludge to take it out so my attack's being raised. And Sludge is a physical move, it's Poison in Gen 3. Next up is Golbat. I try to go for Thunderbolt, but I hit myself with Confusion. I send out Doduo and I go for Tri-Attack, but I unfortunately hit myself. Next up is Tate and Liza. And let me just say I didn't have any good luck. My plan was to just surf with them, but Claydol was doing too much damage to Earthquake, and I wasn't doing enough damage to input on our Pokemon. And the fact that half my team's weak to their Pokemon. Almost all my team is. And unfortunately, there's other Pokemon I can't do to catch, so all I have to do is train up. Because their Claydol and Lunatone sweep me. Yeah, it was not a good time. And I missed Fly on Claydol, which might have actually had me won. Then I realized, oh, Tri-Attack would be better. And then at the very end of it, I was able to take down Claydol. Would have... Wait, never mind, because I think they healed. Yeah, because they have, like, stupid amount of Hyper Potions. Oh well. Round 2, I'm back at level 45. I Tri-Attack to Claydol and go for Surf. But unfortunately, which gets taken out immediately from Psychic and Earthquake. Then I go for Tri-Attack, Shockwave on Xatu. Tri-Attack nearly takes out Claydol in 2 shots, but they heal since they have 4 potions. Then Shockwave, I take out the Xatu as it heals. I go for Tri-Attack on Claydol. I go for Tri-Attack on Claydol, then I go for Psychic on Lunatone to do damage. But unfortunately, these gains didn't improve enough. This time I was able to take out the Claydol eventually, but it wasn't enough to win. Yeah, and I just waited to look around to see if I can find any good Pokemon. I was looking for a replacement for Numel, who I decided to train up because I decided I'm just going to need him for this. But it was not fun. So I go for Flame. So back to Solrock and to the last 2. But since they get 2 free hits, I was left to that. I decided to go for Tri-Attack on Solrock to get something happen. And I go for Thunderbolt on Solrock as well. But unfortunately, it was a 1-on-1 at the very end. But Solrock was able to outpower me with 2 Psychics. And unfortunate. Alright, everyone's at level 50 now. I Tri-Attacked her Claydol. Then I went for Surf. Nearly taking out Claydol. I Tri-Attacked, Surfed again. And Claydol's out red again. They should keep healing Claydol, which is fine by me. As long as Claydol is an attack, and I don't care. Then eventually I was able to take out Claydol. Only losing about 2 Pokemon. Then next up there is the Lunatone and Xatu, so I went for Psychic. I don't know why I did. I went for a Psychic on Solrock, then I went for Rock Slide on both of them. But Rock Slide was able to take out Xatu. Next up was Lunatone. Then Psychic was able to take out the Solrock. Oh god, this is so hard not doing on a script. Alright, then it's now Lunatone and Machamp versus... It's Machamp and Alexander versus Lunatone. I Psychic it, then I Cross Chop it. I was actually able to take it out. Oh, that was painful. Alright, final Team Maxi fight, and I just surfed the whole way through. Since Surf doesn't hit your teammate in this, it was just fine. Surf the Midienas, Surf the Camerups, then one-shot the Max Camerup, whatever. And then last up was the Go Back and Crobat. That's how I keep going for Surf, even though Ice Beam would have been better. And then I decided to go for an Ice Beam last, so it was the only Crobat left. And that was the final Maxi fight. Time for the one and only Archer fight in Emerald. I go for Drill Peck and Mightyena, one-shot in it. Next is Crobat. Drill Peck does about 40%. I go for Tri Attack, taking it out with a lucky crit. Last up is Torpedo. And Drill Peck takes out 2 hits. Alright, hold on time. I go for Drill Peck, one-shot in his Love Disc. Then I go for Drill Peck, 2-shot in Celio. Next up is Kingdra. So I go for Fly, do about 40%. Send out Alakazam. Psychic brings the red, he heals. Another Psychic brings down the yellow, another Psychic takes it out. Next up is Crawdaunt. I decide to stay in, go for Shockwave. 2 Shock with 0, take it out after he heals it once. Last up is Wish Cash. I send out Machamp. I go for Cross Chop as he goes for Earthquake. Then judging what I had in the box, I decided to replace Machamp with Breloom. So I go for Bulk Up and I Sky Uppercut and one-shot the Mightyena. Then I go for Sky Uppercut and one-shot the Absol. Next up, Shiftry, takes me out the extra sensory. I send out Dodrio, and Drill Peck takes out the rest of his Pokemon, since half his Pokemon are grass types. This is getting easy. Next up is Phoebe. The only thing about her is she stalls. So I was able to take Dusk off with its Pressure and Protect. It really does suck, but I was able to eventually take it out with just stalling for all my PP with Sludge, really, which is fine since it's not my main attacking move anyway. Alright, next up is Banette. I decided to throw out Dodrio. Go for Drill Peck, as he goes for Thunderbolt. 2 Drill Pecks, take it out. Next up is Duscloth, so I go for Flies, he goes for Rock Slide, taking me out. Then he takes out Alakazam with the Shadow Ball, I go for Psychic. I send out Wishcast to Surf it, and I finish it off. Next up is our other Bayonet, I go for Surf, she goes for Shadow Ball. 2 Surfs, take it out. Last up is Sableye. 2 Surfs, take it out, she tries to go for Double Team. Oh boy. Alright, next up is Glacier. I go for Eruption, bring it down yellow. Then another Eruption, nearly killed. I go for a Flamethrower, she heals, but I get a lucky burn on it. Then the Flamethrower takes it out. Except for Wall Rain. I decided to stay in, throw out Baron. By the way, this is where the bag egg glitch happened to me, because I had to reset. So yeah, I lost Weezing. Unfortunately, no, Archer, I do eventually lose out this fight, because Wall Rain's stalling us, I was able to finally take it out. But then, when I got to our last few Pokemon, I could not win. And then, ironically, I still took out her Glalie. Then I got to her second Celio, a few Earthquakes. I was able to take it out with a few Earthquakes. Then her last Pokemon killed me with Explosion. I don't know why I did that from that health, but yeah. Alright, I came back with the new strategy. So, Flamethrower, as I replaced the Bad Egg, they'll let you able to take out Celio, but unfortunately a paralyzed Camerupt, which is fine by me because I don't need Camerupt. Celio got killed from Earth when I sent out Alakazam. I stayed in, go for a few Psychics, take out Glalie. Next up is our other Glalie, I send out my new Pokemon, Aggron, then 2 Milk takes out, goes for Explosion, doing nothing. Next up is our Wall Rain, I send out Dodrio, I go for Tri Attack, try to get a status effect, nothing happened. I send out Stolen Flag again, but I couldn't do anything. Send out Breloom, go for a Mach Punch to do damage, takes out Ice Beam, send out Wish Cash, go for Earthquake, but she heals up when it gets to red. I was able to Earthquake jump back down the yellow, last up's Alakazam, Psychic took her, Wall Rain out. Next up is Celio, and a Psychic, and then a Shockwave did her in. Oh boy, that was a mouthful. Alright, next up is Drake. I Ice Beam to one-shot Shellground to protect. Next up is Alteria. I go for Ice Beam to one-shot it, goes for Double Edge. Next up is Kingdra. I swap out to Alakazam. I go for Reflex, goes for Dragon Dance. Goes for Surf. Then 2 Psychics take out his Kingdra. Next up is Flygon. I send Wish Cash back out, and I use Ice Beam. Take it out one shot. I go to level 60. Last up is Salamance. I go for Ice Beam, it goes for Dragon Claw, then a Crunch takes me out. Then I send out Aggron. I go for Ice Beam, taking it out. And if you notice I'm a few levels higher, I lost a lot. And at about to leave 4 or 5 times. 5 or 6 times, if I remember correctly. But it's whatever. I was able to take out his Wall Rain. I sent out Camerupt for a sack. Ludicolo got killed by a Drill Peck. On my Lodic, I Leech Seed as it hits me with Ice Beam. I missed a Leech Seed. So I go for Gnome, but takes me out with Surf. Next up, Dodrio, go for Drill Peck. Then I go for Fly, do damage, and Ice Beam takes me out. I send out Alakazam. He heals. 2 Psychics take out my Lodic. Except his Wish Cash, I go for Psychic, he goes for Amnesia, Psychic brings a red, he goes for Hyper Beam, barely surviving. Last up Gyarados, I use Shockwave, bring it, and one-shot him.